So I saw this Instagram post that talked about how not every relationship is meant to last. It was a really good post. It was encouraging me. And if you know my situation, you know that a lot of what has me really in a low place right now, I shouldn't say a lot. One component of what has me in a low place right now is that I exited a relationship that was really meaningful. It was a 3-year relationship and it was really special. It had some elements that I had never experienced before. And I think letting go of that is in some part what has got me down so bad. So I'm just going to step through it and share it with you. It says, first, hard truth. Not every relationship is meant to last. It says after that, some relationships are meant to show you what's possible. Some are meant to teach you harsh lessons. It helps me to make sense of that relationship, as good as it was, to imagine that it was a part of what I needed to learn. And so I'll speak a little bit about what it taught me about what's possible. Some of what it taught me was that someone can love me for what I bring to the table. You know, if you think about like the love languages, the one that stands out the most to me is words of affirmation. And it's not really words, it's mostly just affirmation in general. And the terminology that I use is just when somebody likes what I have to bring to the table. Because me, like everyone, like we go through life and we have all this stuff that we collect. It's like skills, it's life experiences, it's our point of view. When you come across somebody who like just digs what it is that you have to offer, that's an amazing feeling. That was something that like I'd never really had before. And that's something that it taught me was possible. There was quite a few things that in this partner I found that were just really cool and showed me what's possible. Like she was a positive person, enthusiastic even. She was welcoming and open to all different people, to my friends, my family. She was into PDA. She liked to dress sexy. She was not picky with food. She didn't have any pets. I know these are small things, but I wrapped all these little details up that I thought were really cool about this person and this relationship into the lesson of just teaching me what's possible, that there are some people out there that you can find that will really fit with you. Another was just to be in love again. I had a 10-year relationship a while back, and I think some part of that, coming out of that, I'm so much older and was not at my best after that relationship. And so to find someone else that I could fall in love with, I think did teach me a little bit of what was possible. For a period of time, I had peace in that relationship. I just felt good. I remember waking up in the morning with vacation brain and just being like, I don't know. I don't know if I recognized it at the time, but I do now looking back, like, wow, there were some days, some mornings, some weekends that I would spend with my partner, and I just felt so good, relaxed, not stressed, peace. And I need to remind myself that, like, that is something that is in me that I'm capable of. Sex was another. Like, our sex was fire, and it taught me that it's possible that I can find a part like that. Okay, so that's just a list of a few things that came across my mind for what this taught me, for what's possible. And I think the lesson for me to learn, to take away from that, is that I am capable of that. You know, sex, like sleep or eating, is not something that like you get once and you want the absolute best so you'll never need it or want it again. That's just not how it works. You're going to eat again. You're going to sleep again. You're never going to get the most restful sleep and be like, I never need to sleep again because that one was the best. That's how I need to look at these different incredible aspects of that relationship, is that I am someone who's capable of that, and I'm still capable of that. I don't feel it right now, but I am. I need to believe that. And there were also, okay, so the second part of that was that there are harsh lessons. And this is where it hurts. Like, I hate that I had to lose that person to learn some harsh lessons, but I do think that I'm starting to learn some harsh lessons. It's been way too long. I'm way too slow in learning these things. It's been about 6 months now. But like, here's one lesson that I've started to learn about myself recently, which is that I put my partner in a role of leadership, and my partner loses respect for me. I see this now as a pattern. This has happened multiple times in 2 major relationships, including this one, and in my business partnership, where my business partner ultimately betrayed me. In all these cases, I think I'm starting to see a pattern, which is that I become subservient. I make them the leader, and I defer to them for everything. a simple example of the way that I might see this showing up in a romantic relationship is I just defer to everything. What do you want to eat? Oh, what do you want to eat? What do you want to watch on TV? Just deferring to them about everything, just not having a backbone, not being assertive. And the truth is, it's a little more complex than that. It's not that I am choosing to be subservient. It's that my brain goes blank when I'm in those moments. If you were to ask me what I want to eat for dinner, I would actually genuinely be unaware of what it is that I actually desire. When I'm with somebody else, something in my brain developed in a way that says, throw that information out the window. It's whatever is going to lead to the most connection. I think that's what it is under the covers. At any rate, this relationship taught me that that is a pattern that I've exhibited. And I noticed it when she lost respect for me. I could just feel it. I felt something change. And I had felt that feeling before. It's a gross feeling where you just feel like the other person just doesn't really respect you. I think it would come out in ways where she might be, stressed out or anxious about something and kind of freaking out. And in the early days of our relationship, I could talk to her and I could calm her down. It felt like now I was not someone who could calm her down. And that just signaled to me that she didn't really care. She wasn't listening about my words. And I don't think she even realizes it. I don't think she noticed it. She definitely didn't do it on purpose. I just think that when you're like this, you turn yourself into someone who is not respectable and people don't respect it. And ultimately they resent you. That's what I found. Another harsh lesson. That's a harsh lesson about me. And that to me is what is most important. I need to learn these lessons and change this. But I also learned some harsh lessons about a partner. I need a partner who is open and willing to work on their own issues. We all have issues. This is one that I just mentioned that I need to work on because no one else is going to work on that for me. No one else could. And in fact, I need to work on it on my own. When I'm in a partnership situation, I click into this mode and I don't even know that I'm doing it. And I think this is something that I need to do just on my own. I need to kind of put the training wheels on and learn about this. On the flip side, I need a partner who's willing to work on their issues. I don't need a perfect partner. I just need them to be able to, if they have an issue and they become aware of it, they do the hard work to actually fix it. It's okay if they're not aware of it. A lot of times we're not aware of it, but you got to be able to work on it. All right, the next part was a necessary part of my journey. This is something that I need to hear. It implies that the journey continues after this relationship and the business partnership falling apart. And it's left me in this place, this liminal space, mentally, emotionally. I'm kind of just in an emotional fog. I feel stuck. I don't feel confident. And I don't really feel like there is a plan. And the journey does continue. I mean, unless you plan to unalive yourself, which is not what I'm planning to do. But I'm also not continuing down the journey, and that's what I need to do. The journey does continue. I need to tell myself that. Preparing for love to sneak up on me, this is encouraging because it is like this. Like, I met this super cute server at a pizza place the other day, and she was so easy to talk to. She had great style. I commented on her socks and she was super sweet and she talked to me for a bit. She drives a motor scooter. Like, this girl was like so cute. And I'm not saying that there's anything going to happen with that. I did get her Instagram. But the fact that like this person was not on my radar at all and they came out of nowhere, that's encouraging for me to think about, just to trust the process and trust that there is something that is coming after that. And I wouldn't be ready for whatever's coming if I hadn't learned some of these lessons that I'm trying to learn right now. So it says next, trust that everything is working for you in some divine orchestration that is beyond your comprehension. This is a little tough for me to accept. This is a little tough for me to accept because, I don't know, faith is something that I threw out with Christianity, just faith in general. I guess. I don't know. The thing is, like, I feel like I'm lying to myself sometimes if I just say things will get better, because I don't know that things are going to get better. But I don't know. Maybe that is a part of it. Maybe that's a lesson that I need to learn, that you really do need to have faith. You really do need to trust, even if you're lying to yourself. Don't resign yourself to complacency. It says you're still responsible for healing the wounds you carry that you weren't responsible for creating. Some people need this. I already know this. This is a lesson that I have already internalized. I know that I'm responsible. I don't blame anybody but myself. I blame myself. My only issue is maybe I blame myself too harshly, but yeah, I'm willing to take responsibility for this. I'm willing to work on it. He says, hire a coach, a therapist, join a community that uplifts you towards your potential, get around people that illuminate your blind spots and shadows, and courageously take leaps into the unknown over and over again. Of course, I think that's all great advice. And I have done that. I've had a therapist. We quit. I felt like we hit a plateau. We weren't really talking about much. I didn't feel like we were making any ground. Join a community. I am in a men's group. Let's see. In order to heal and create the life and relationship of your dreams, you must try new things and bravely embrace change. It will feel scary at times, but courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of it. Okay, so this taking action part, I definitely have fallen into the trap of feeling like I need to fix myself before I, say, get into a new relationship or get into a new business partnership. Some of that's true. There's some work that is helpful to do alone, but it's not all true. And okay, I watched this video the other day by this guy, Damon Cart, and he was talking about how the way to go about this is not to just spend your time going on a witch hunt, trying to suss out all of your different weaknesses and fix them.
You don't want to go in and try to get rid of all of your limiting beliefs. It's just, you could spend the rest of your life doing that, and it probably wouldn't get you that much further ahead. What's going to get you ahead is by getting clear about what it is that you want, start moving in that direction of getting what you want. And if you notice a limitation comes up, that's when you deal with it.
And honestly, that process kind of makes sense. It's the opposite of what I've been doing. I've kind of been like not really pursuing anything because I guess I feel like I need to work on myself. But then how many days have gone by where I'm not doing anything and I don't even know what to do, like what the work is. I think maybe it's just, I guess it's just the basics, but I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm somehow going to be studying in this time and soaking up new information. I don't know. It's been a silly thought, but okay. Well, that's all I needed to share right now.